Alrighty. What's going on, Bills? I'm mainly gonna focus on match coverage against empty and trip sets. Want to see how the rules play out there, as well as some man coverage and some other stuff. Gonna go with the Jags here against the Patriots. Glad you could join us, or join me. And we're going to start out here with cover 4 quarters out of this dime. I mean, any cover 4 quarters out of a subset will work. I just want to try a 4-man D-line first. And we're just going to go empty. Shut out with an empty set. And go from there. We'll go empty ace patriot. Random play. Back the ball up here a little bit. Give us some space. AW, and I'm so glad AW has started to do this. He did some videos, and I want to get out of that. I don't want to call a screen, that'd be a waste of time. But he did some videos going over, well, what I did, going over quarters and palms match rules. I'd encourage you guys to watch that, as well as watch my 2 videos on match quarters and palms, as well as cover 6 and cover 6 invert. And going up against a trip set here. This looks like some form of trips tight end set, trips double set, but whatever. So anyhow, what I'm looking to see here is how the weak side plays out. It's if he's going to match him man-to-man wherever he goes, and also what's going to be happening here on the 3 receiver side. I'm just curious to see how they have the number 1 receiver on that side played, whether there's going to be conversion man-to-man wherever he goes in some formations or some situations, whether it's quarters or palms, and how the 3 receiver hook either matches number 3 or turns into a robber, depending on how routes combo. And also dial out some hot routes to see how they react to various hot route combos, and see what works, see what doesn't, see what needs to be fixed, and all that good stuff. So I'm just going to keep this on, just kind of see how the drops go. Just going to run this stock for the time being, then jazz it up, see if we can cause some conflicts. So we have a deep comeback being run here. So solo side, this should be man everywhere he goes. It's off man coverage. He's dragging across the field. He's sinking back. He's running a little out route here. The quarter flat jumps that. He's running a crosser here. And this is on Telvin Smith. So Telvin Smith's going to be athletic enough to run with a lot of guys if we look at his speed and coverage ratings. He robs that across the field all the way. The ball's already out. Actually, he drops him off here. I thought I released it already. This is something I need to see corrected. Sometimes they'll drop off if the play is really elongated. He should just continue running. I mean, there's a safety here to come down on number 2 if he crosses and goes up the field. But really, ideally, just continue to run with this. That's fine there. And we got a bracket here. No vertical threat on him. So he brackets over here. Needs to keep on going though. Just turn and run. No need to squat here. Just turn and run, Mr. Church. Just keep on going. Little contact here creates some separation. Yeah, I mean, the initial carry was fine. Just keep on going. So now we have a seamer by Gronk with a square in, hitch, stick route, and vertical by the left here. It looks like the safety always relates to number 2. Here's James White here. He runs the hitch. Ramsey squats on that, so number 2 goes vertical. Safety will relate to him. Third receiver hook. That's perfect. Let's see how long he carries him. See, he carries him across the field here on the square in. But sometimes on those long, elongated crossers, they'll drop him off. Church identifies number 2 vertical and runs with him. Now, what you end up seeing, I want to get out of this. I don't want to do this. I just want to go to, let's go to trips. Tight end, Y ISO. And what I'm going to do here, let's hot route you vertical. Let's hot route you vertical as well. So I have 2 verticals going from the trip side with a out. Let's see what number 3 does. Weak side safety, I want to see bracket here. He doesn't have to go to the middle. Because there's help here. Because he walls him off here. He needs to stay and potentially bracket this, but it looks like what they're doing is that they always leave number 1 alone, manned up, vertical. Like if I let's go to that formation again. Let me flip it. Similar formation. A trip set is a trip set. But it looks to me they're always going to be leaving number 1 vertical. Let's change him to a deep comeback. Let's put you on a little flat route here. Let's put you on a smoke screen and see how number 2 and number 3 are being handled. as well as that vertical to your left, that vertical stem. Yeah. That's the way Saban plays it versus trips. He always leaves number one manned up. So it looks like that's what they're using. Because this weak safety, he can bracket him. There's nothing wrong with him bracketing the solo side receiver. But he's going to basically have a over-under bracket number 3 on the weak side. I mean, it can be handled either way. You can either have number 3 receiver hook run with him all the way and have the weak side safety bracket with number 1. But they choose to have him handle all of number 1 vertical and have him look back to trips to bracket the number 3 crosser here, and what happens here with number 2 vertical. I changed him to a smoke screen. The quarter flat sinks back to that right away, and Ramsey comes off of that and follows number 2 vertical along with Church. Let me change him to, let's change him to an out route, and let's put him on a little hook there. Let's put him vertical. Let's just drag him. Now let's shoot him out vertical too. Let's do this. Let's empty the backfield if I can out of this formation. It won't let me. It looks like it won't let me. No, it won't. Damn it. Yeah, let's keep it like this. This is something an online ranked player would do. Release multiple guys vertical. Yep. It's always going to convert to man coverage on number 1. So we now know this is going to be man everywhere he goes on the outside. We're going to shoot him out of the backfield. Okay, quarter flat takes him. So he's going to be man everywhere he goes on the outside. And the safety is going to rotate to the strong side. Now because the 3 receiver hook is going to help wall off number 3, that'll open up a drag here. Which, you know, I'm fine with. You give something to get something. Well, I want to see how Palms works as well. So here on this trip side number 1, he comes off. That's perfect. And Church is here. I'll get to cover 2. I'll save cover 2 for a separate video. I don't want to be here for 4 hours. What I think is happening with cover 2, based off what I'm, seeing, is that the safeties are not breaking on the ball fast enough and allowing it to get in between him and this corner on the sideline. I want to see what happens when I drag Gronk and just leave the crossers alone. Alright, so when number one goes under, you got your undercall here. The weak side safety converts to him, and on the trip side you have three receiver hook. Now he matches. Yes. Cut call, undercall, however you want to call it. Robot. Depending on, you know, the terminology you want to use. We're good here. And we're good here. Let's go back to empty. I'm going to slant him underneath. I'm going to shoot him out on a streak. Have a little dagger concept there and multiple crossers. I mean, that'll cause a problem, obviously. You just have way too much going on here. Again. Under. Vertical. It's not a solo receiver side anymore, so what's the weak side safety going to do here? Now he brackets outside. But now I have two underneath routes instead of one coming in. And you can only hold one here with only one hook zone defender here. Again, once he's past 10 yards, it's considered vertical. So on the trip side, he's not going to be locked. The trip side safety is always going to relate to number 2 vertical as well. Yeah, it won't. I know that. I'm just saying, you know, let's see how we can break it. Because you know guys are going to when you play head-to-head. Like you said, it had no time. He got sacked, but, you know, I'm just saying. People are going to try it. And that's another thing. That's why the pass rush cannot be messed with. Let's go. Where's that play action fake screen? That infamous play action fake screen. What formation is that in? Is it even in this playbook? I don't think it would be. Slot swing. I think we can create it though. Yeah, we should be able to create it using this. Or something resembling it. Yep, the 3 receiver hook has to be able to run. No doubt about that. I'm going to come out in nickel. Cover 4 quarters. I don't think I can hot route it. I'm going to try to. I should be able to. Why wouldn't I be able to? Alright, let's go back to the original play. Come on. Reset play. Huh. Interesting. Won't let me hot route that. We'll go slot corner. Yeah, makes sense. He goes underneath. And you know, if you want to stop a drag, if you really want to stop a drag at from zone coverage, plop a spy in there, because there's no zone defense designed to stop a route run 3 yards deep. It just doesn't happen. You know, they honor 5 yard no cover pretty consistently. If you want to stop a drag, if you really want to take away a drag, tight man coverage is your go-to as far as that's concerned with a robber. He comes down here. He relates to him. And, you know, bang, bang, throw here. He's going to drive on that, or he can lead him up the field. But, you know, he's not going to have... If he has time to go all the way across like this, then there's an issue with the pass rush. Good pass off here. Really? I've had some pretty good success spying people. Granted, I usually spy ends when I'm going against a mobile quarterback and set up the tackles, unless I have, you know, a really athletic tackle. Let's move the ball to the hash, see if anything changes when we change hash marks. Get more space on the wide side. Let's do something like this. Okay. These Jags backers can run, boy. I mean, these are linebackers matching slots and a athletic tight end. That's a good bracket there. That's walled off nicely. All number one vertical there. might have to change playbooks to get that screen wheel. Let's try shooting him vertical, as well as him. And let's drag him. Ah, there we go. We finally got the breakdown. Let's see what happened there. See, the weak side safety, when number 1 goes under, he's going to cut. Three receiver hook. You see this? You see how the three receiver hook drops down? What happens here, they both cut on number 2 running under. Yep. Yep, you're right, Daquan. What needs to happen here is if number 3 cuts under, which he really shouldn't. If number 2, if the weak side safety is going to cut on number 1, but if he does cut under, he still needs to stay over the top. The only reason I can see him cutting under is if he sees this. But either way, one of these two has to stay over the top. Because again, he's going to be locked vertical. Let's try that again just to make sure. Just to see how often it happens. Does it happen every time? Is it a fluke thing? See, I even forgot. I just forgot what I created. But yeah, okay. I think this was it. Yeah. So yeah, he's gonna cut underneath that. Yes, it's going to be fixed, Trooper. They know about it. So yeah, when you have twin unders from the trip side, they'll both cut under. So he has to stay over top of that. Now, if we... Whoops. Yeah, it's a consistent pork in the rule. If we protect the sticks, I think that converts everything to a spot drop. Yep. If you protect the sticks, they just straight spot drop. You see the difference? Just throw it away. If you protect the sticks, he's going to stay up. Only issue here, since you're spot dropping, you only have one hook zone, you're going to be vulnerable to the having to play 3 underneath routes with 1 defender, because you're not going to be matching anymore. But it keeps the deep safety at home. Nope. Ah, didn't want to do that. Come on. Yeah, they don't have the fake screen wheel in the playbook. But the same thing would have happened. The safety with the corner will drop down. Let's go to a tight formation now. Let's go to tight slots. Dime just has cover 4 drop. That's your simple spot drop. But yeah, that bug is going to be fixed. They know about it. I found it in the beta along with other people. We've been bashing them over the head saying, get that fixed. They couldn't get it out in time for the release day patch. It's coming down the pike. So basically, if you're playing a cheeser online, just go protect the sticks and change to a spot drop, cover 4. Let's go with mesh to start out with. Give me 1 second, fellas. You think they're getting out there too slow, Daquan? Let's take a look. This is pretty straightforward. I mean, you have your three receiver hook, you have your quarter flats here, and your quarter zones here. Nothing too fancy going on. There's the weak side quarter flat. Here's a strong side quarter flat. And let's take a look. And here's the flat route here. I think what's holding him is the initial release here, and then he goes. Let me throw it to him, see how fast he gets over there. Yeah, it's too slow. I agree. To see how he takes a step inside. He does not need to do that. If you want to drop back vertical initially, just to kind of read the release here, that's fine, but after he releases inside, go right to the flat. Because on the wheel, he won't be here. Since he's going with number 1. Now, if we go protect the sticks, what happens? He goes right out. Again, protect the sticks are just going to spot drop. They're not going to match routes. They're not going to relate to any releases. They're just going to go to their zones. Now, if we hard flat him and don't change anything else, go underneath. He goes right to the flat. Again, any protect the sticks over the top or underneath adjustments cancels the match rules. And then you're just playing normal, ordinary spot drop zone coverage. So again, we go underneath. Actually, not true. If you go underneath or over the top, the quarter flat zones that you changed will go to their zones, but everyone else will match. The corners and the deep safeties are still playing match. The only difference, the 3 receiver hook is matching. The only difference is the quarter flats are no longer matching. They're going straight to the flat. Now your only issue here is if you do that, yeah, that's a good way to go. If he clears him, there's no one there. As opposed to if he's playing quarter flat, while he can hit you early, Telvin Smith can run with that. So it's a trade-off. The wheels open early when you're playing match, but not open late. So let's say he's in this formation on, 3rd and 10, 3rd and long, 4th and long, and he thinks he has that wheel. It's not going to get over there. And by the time it does get downfield, you're on your back. Everything else is played fine. That's good. That's good. That's good. Got a hole here, but again, this takes a while to get over here. He's got to clear all that space. Alright, now let's think like a cheeser. Let's do this. And I don't know. Like that. I mean, nothing, that's a minimal gain. You can live with that all day long. And we'll shoot him upfield too. Well, they handle that pretty well. And look how fast the Jags get in. My God. Again, this is why we cannot have a nerfed pass rush. Streak Gronk? Yeah, let's do that. Streak Gronk. Keep Decker and White's route. Should we motion White or no? Let's not motion him and see what happens. Then we'll motion him. Let's see what happens. Oh, nope, he stayed with him. I'm thinking the bug outs, the real serious bug outs, happen against trips. 2x2 seems to be holding up very well. I mean, this is open initially, but he'll run right into Miles Jack, and if he clears Miles Jack, he'll run right into Telvin Smith. So he really has to open up and throw here right away. I mean, if he waits on this, it's covered. Let's try the same thing. Yeah, there's space underneath. Which would make sense, because he has to carry the wheel then. Well, this is basically what now? We have an empty bunch formation. Yep, you see? Trips is what causes the problem there. So what we're finding out is that right now you cannot play match coverage against trips. He's got to keep on going. Now let's protect the sticks. Protect the sticks. He stays. Now the bad thing about protect the sticks here in a situation here is you're not getting any reroute. He's just going straight to his zone. play over the top. Same thing happens. So yeah. If you want to just revert back to spot drop and cancel out the match stuff, just protect the sticks. Basically the way I've been playing this until we get it patched is I've been using the strong side safety myself. We'll play palms just to see. It's going to, you know, well, cover 3 match. I'm assuming the same thing will happen with the seam flats. As a matter of fact, I'm certain it will happen with the seam flats in the same scenarios. But I just want to take a look at palms for a second. We'll go patch double seams. Now, palms is different from quarters. You're going to have first in, first out swap-offs going on between a corner and the safety. The weak side is going to remain the same. He cuts in, safety, cuts out. Right, exactly. I'm just showing empty and trips because empty and trips, the rules change a little bit. Let's show that again. Right. They'll all remain the same. We'll go trips Y ISO. Inside dig is a good one. Again, I want to pick a play that has in cuts and out cuts from the inside. Man to man on the outside. Just gonna throw the ball away. The receiver hook is here. He breaks out, so he looks back inside. He relates back from the slot, or the flat, I should say. And he got an inside bracket here with the safety. Now for that deep, let's see what, and if Gronk goes inside, he's still locked. So he's going to be locked everywhere. Now we're playing off coverage here. Let's roll up and play some press quarters, shall we? Now Gronk is being pressed off the line. What I like to see here out of press quarters here is outside leverage being maintained, however. He gives up the outside. I mean, when it's on the numbers here, or when he's outside the numbers, that's not the biggest deal in the world, but they'll always release him to the outside, whether it's the ball's in the middle of the field or on the far hash or what have you. I like to see them maintain the outside leverage. That's just my, personal thing. I don't like giving outside releases. Who's that? That is Bouye. There we go. What's going on, dude? Let's see if I can shade that to the outside, see what happens. I'm gonna press down. Shade outside. Does anything change? Not as far as our press is concerned. And of course, we can more than likely bomb this out the same way. Well, that time he stayed. Let's go 4 verticals. And we'll drag Gronk. Can I motion him out? Yes, I can. Alright, this should cause a bork out. Huh, it didn't. Why not? These two collided with each other. Come on now. Can't have stuff like that happening. Let's, That's gotta break it somehow. Let's smoke screen you. Let's... I can't wheel the slot. Damn it. Yeah, true. Daquan, you got a point there. I'm just seeing if it can break. If I could motion white to form quads, I'm certain it would break it. Let's wheel you down the sideline. See what happens. Nope. Nope. They swapped off very nice. Maybe if you want to play cover 4 match, palms is the way to do it. Let's try bunch. You're right. Let's try bunch. Outside release. He's passed off to the safety. Ramsey takes the new number 1. Everyone else is covered. Vertical. Smoke screen. That's perfect. Let's try bunch. Now, if there's an empty bunch, we'd be cooking. This is not quite an empty bunch. It's close, but let's see how it lines up. Let's try it. See what it comes out in, and we'll go from there. And give me some wheels and some fades. Come on, Pats. I know you have that stuff in here. We'll go Pats, go wide dig. Yeah, it's not quite bunchy, you know, though, is it? It's not bunchy enough. That's pretty straightforward. Ooh, damn it, damn it. Let me motion to quads. Damn you. I got real excited there for a second. Oh, almost. We almost got a Bork there. I was thinking one of these two would release Gronk, but he stayed with him. Massive mismatch there with the size. Jesus. But he cut in. Again, he's looking for first guy cutting inside. But that leaves, you know, him alone. All right, let's try bunch, because that's not going to do it. It came close, but it held. It barely held, but it did. Alrighty. Play action post looks like a good candidate to break this. Let's run it stock, see what happens. Now, Bills and VF, they don't got to worry about stuff like this because they're playing offline. You know, that's straightforward. Now, if we streak Gronk, that looks like the prime candidate to cause a problem. No. He matched him. Very interesting. He comes off and locates number 3. Yes, they changed the post right to the outside. Now let's streak Edelman, you say. Up. Nope. He's still holding, boys and girls. He got spec caught, but, you know, I'll take my chances with a one-on-one with little Julianne Edelman. Edelman's just coming down with the ball. That's the only problem. Now Campbell's being a pain in the ass. See, now they're not letting me get the ball off. Let me see what the matchup is here, coverage ratings wise. I'm curious. Because Edelman caught a couple on him. You know my rule, I'll never complain about a catch and havoc scenario as long as the matchup is being respected on a consistent basis. He's got 90 catch. Where's the catch and traffic? 89 catch and traffic, 88 spec. Patriots. That's how. '83 zone coverage for Church. So yeah, one-on-one, Edelman's going to win a couple of them. He knocked that one out before on that last rep. Let's try it again. I want to see how many Church wins and how many Edelman wins. I'm user catching it, by the way, so I'm going to get a little bit of a, you know, user boost. All right. So Church is 1-2, Edelman's 1-2. I just want to see the ratio. We'll call that a tie since the ball didn't get to anybody. Okay, a loss there for Edelman. Now, someone said to drag Gronk. Let's see if we motion out Decker, what happens. See if that changes anything as far as recognition. Nope. It's holding together. Let's streak both of them. But look how close they are. How can that doesn't that I don't think is going to work unless let's motion out Decker. I don't think that's going to work. Yeah, I mean, the drag gets open because it's just, you know, that's a lot to account for. It's off coverage. The drag's going to get free. Let's do this. I'm throwing everything I can think of at it, and it's holding every time. Let's try this. Okay, that's going to be a catch and traffic scenario. But nothing is busting it up the field with the safeties so far. There's your C route for you know, whoever just asked it. No. The corners are respected much better. Alright, someone said try single back. Put white on an out route after motioning? Okay, let's try that. Nope. They're matching it like fiends. Let's streak Hogan and try the out route to white. Ah, finally. Alright, we finally found a Bork. They both come down. I mean, just stay. That's what the quarter flat is there for. There's no other outside release, so the quarter flat can just stay on that. I mean, if Bouye really must come down, then Gibson, just stay where you are. Yeah, we went over that low. So we finally found a route combo that breaks it. Now if we protect the sticks, they stay home. So basically, if you don't, so basically, trips, solo side. Let's see what happens when we do that to him out of the backfield. See if there's a difference. Yeah, out of the backfield, the plate does fine. So basically, what we're dealing with is an issue against empty quads with palms. So it's like the two receiver side, and with quarters, trips against empty and quarters. Empty and trips is the issue on quarters. But unless you see something like this, I think you can play palms against trips and empty. Let's see what happens against... Let's see if the same thing happens against a normal empty set without any motion. Let's go to the same Pats go, Y dig play. And we're just going to change Edelman here to an out. No, they don't come down. So okay, you're still safe against quads. So why does it bork out when you motion the back? Unless there's an issue here where they say, wait a minute, what's going on? We're not programmed to deal with this. That's very strange. Let's do this. Yeah, that's a good theory, Bills. Nope, we're still safe. So I guess moral of the story, if you're in Palms... Wait, am I in Palms or am I in Quarters? Let me just double check. Palms. Again, it shouldn't really make a difference what kind of empty set I'm in. Ah. See, it happened again. But, I mean, it was late. We see the quarter flat is hauling tail to cover for it, but he's just too slow. So why did it happen against that empty set, but not the other one? That was empty base, empty ace. Maybe it's just, it's the spacing of the formation. Good theory. Yeah, it works. We've gone over that already. The Panthers play a lot of cover 4. The Steelers play a lot of cover 4. The Jags, they don't base out of cover 4, but they play it a lot in long yardage. Huh, very strange. Alright, so don't play palms when you see a backbeat motion out of the backfield. Get out of it immediately. Alright, I want to see... Let's do... I know what's going to happen with cover 3 match versus trips. The seam flat is not going to bracket, and the safety is going to be left with a chunk of space. I mean, what's happening here is that the seam flat is not carrying. He's just kind of drifting. That's a bad formation. Let me go against a more spread out trips formation. That's not the right look I want. Just straight 4 verts. I mean, that only happened because it's the Jags and Bouye and Ramsey are good enough to do that. But you see the problem here. He does not sink the window or shrink the window between the robber and himself, which gives the safety from all the way over here no shot of being able to get over there to close this off. The only thing that saves this is because Bouye and Ramsey are sick, and they can make breaks like that. Now, what I don't like about how this was aligned is, let's see what happens when I flip the play. 'Cause I don't like my safety having to come from the near side all the way to the field side. So let me flip the play. I just want to see what he does. Because really you'd want to spin from strong to weak, not weak to strong. It just balances your run fits better, as you can see here. And also, it just makes more sense to have your safety or your robber defender with less stress on him. Still a problem, but at least you see that he's still cheating over to the middle of the field, which, when really he should be playing in between the two, because he's going to have support here for a little while. But at least he has a shot to get over now. Because he's being carried here. He can at least have a shot to close on that. But when they come out and they align him to the boundary when the ball's on the hash like this and have him rotate the trip side, he has no chance. That's what I do as well. I always use her the trip side seam flat. Look at the difference. Big difference when you spin the safety from strong side to weak side. It takes away a quick throw here because he's gonna crash on this. And the ball is thrown and he's gone. He's breaking. If you didn't want to use Rick Casey, yes. That's what you would do. Like, if I did not want to have to use that seam flat there and just leave it like this, just man him up. But you're going to have to make sure that you account for Decker here somehow. Either with your user control, because the drag is going to have some space to get open. I mean, you can. we're giving the guy options. All right, now I want to see some man coverage. I want to see it specifically against a couple of plays. Where's that damn play action crosshair play? Come on. There we go. Yeah, it changes the spot drop, and you don't have to worry about coverage, match coverage rules working out. This defensive line is a pain in the ass. Not a big fan of the free release there, I mean, he's off the line a little bit, but still, I want to see him playing better, giving better obstruct. Jesus Christ, getting better resistance. What I want to see is if I inside shade, what do we get? That's Hayden. Let's see what kind of matchups we have. That's Bouye. Not a lot of space there. That's Edelman. I want to see how good that guy is. $95 short, 92 medium, 81 deep, 87 release. Yeah, he's not that good. What I'm going to do, I'm going to move Ramsey into the slot and see what happens. Yeah, he has no shot. I mean, he should be getting roasted, and he is. So, let's put Ramsey at slot corner. And try that again. I don't think he'll be on here on this rep. Let's try to attack Bouye there. Yeah, good break there. No, you're still not out there. Come on. Obey my commands. I may have to sub him. I have to go strong slots. CB inside. Yeah, there we go. I'm not concerned about the outside. I'm more concerned about the inside. There's Ramsey. There's Bouye. Let's run it stock. No coverage shading changes. Nothing. And they're right in their hip pocket. I got stoned again by the defensive line. Good closing. Let's try to put a little bit more mustard on that. I thought I could try to touch pass that in there. Good Lord. catching traffic situation there, but he's right on him. I just care about airspace being as tight as humanly possible. That's all that concerns me. And then whatever how matchups happen. Now, let's see if the coverage shading works against this formation. When they're off the line, it's a lot harder to have them maintain their leverage. Because they're not in a position where they can be jammed very easily. Like I'm moving the other corner close to the line of scrimmage. It's just tough to obstruct them off their line out of that formation. See how they're off the line of scrimmage as opposed to on? If they're on, you'll get a clean press. Off, not quite as much. You get some colliding into each other off of here. You get a little bit of obstruction here and not a whole heck of a lot of airspace. But it's enough to create a bang-bang play. Good Lord. He picked it there. So basically they're at least keeping themselves in their hip pocket better, especially when I change the matchup, but they still need to be more physical when they're off the line of scrimmage. When they're on, it's pretty straightforward. Alright, we'll get out of this. We'll put them back in a normal alignment. I think that's a normal alignment. Like, remember how last year you couldn't inside shade a slant route? Now you can. One got up in there for a clean press break. I mean, you're not going to win every single time. Jesus, he got cracked. Let me look at Ramsey and Bouyer's press ratings, see if they're pretty close to each other. Yep, 98, 93. It's pretty darn good. Just want to check some releases. Wrong controller. Two controllers is not as easy as it looks. Short route running 95, 85, 83. Release 85, 78, 87. So that's you know pretty solid from on the outside as far as release ratings are concerned. Like last year, we had to do this, get them square in order to get any obstruction at all. See, Ramsey's press is much more physical. Look at the difference between Ramsey's and Bouyer's. Of course, Ramsey's on Chris Hogan. And Hogan can't get anything. What was his release in the 70s? Decker's is in the 80s. So that makes sense. What I don't like is... Where am I? Whoops, wrong controller again. I don't like having to move this guy closer. Otherwise, he won't get a press on the tight end at all. Oh, let me get out of this. See, Decker's getting off Bouye pretty nice, you know, pretty consistently. Oh, held him up there. I'm throwing that way too soon because Telvin Smith is just sitting there because he has no one to go out and cover. Just wait for him to clear. But I don't have time for him to clear because either Ngakwe or Campbell are going to sack me. Let me try man one. Let me try, I want to see how they both match up with the top two. So we know Ramsey's going to destroy Chris Hogan. We saw that. Bouye's press is not nearly as good as Ramsey's. Oh, nice one there. But Ramsey's press is clearly a lot more physical than Bouye's. You guys notice that? And their press ratings are pretty similar. So I wonder what else is factoring into that. Ramsey's a little stronger. He's bigger. He's 6'2", 208, 6 foot 191. He's faster, as we know. Acceleration is the same. That is true, because the difference between an 85 and a 90 in Madden is really, really big. If you don't believe me, go up against a pass rusher with a pass rush move rating of 85 and one with 90 and come back to me. It's like when they hit like different tiers of ratings, you see different animations trigger and more aggressiveness triggers. Like I had Leonard Williams in online CFM last year. His pass rush move was, 85 or so. And as soon as I got him up to 90, he started getting, double-digit sack seasons left and right. I mean, outside of physical stature, they're pretty similar as far as athletic ability is concerned. Yeah, I mean I'm not a fan of the thresholds either. I mean, I get what it's trying to accomplish, but I think it's counterproductive. Really nice there. This time they both ride them very well. Jeez. Now you see the last few reps, Bouye is doing really well, but Ramsey is much more consistent. Alrighty, let's try some compression. We'll go bunch. Let's go bunch trail. press him up. So we got a deep comeback, and we got an angle route, corner, and drag. Oh, I'm on the guy. My controller was on one of the coverage people. That's not really fair to them. That deep comeback is a tough one to handle. What you gotta do, outside shade should handle that. Let's try that. See, outside shade just lines him head up. And he can't even get into his route now. I mean, it took him a really long time to get into his route. That deep comeback is a pain in the behind. Look how long it takes him to get into his route. Now, by this time, I'm hoping someone gets hit. But once he gets into it, it's tough to handle. Because at the top, he just breaks so sharp. Now, I don't want to outside shade everybody, so I'll just outside shade Hogan. And to do that, you just go coverage, audible, individual, press the icon of the receiver, and you can shade left, shade right, press. You can back him off. Let's press him again. I'm labbing on all Madden, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I'm on all Madden. So that might have an impact on the CPU's win chances. As a matter of fact, I'm sure it is. Can I change difficulty level while I'm in practice mode? I can. I just want to see if the win chances are more balanced between user and CPU as opposed to all Madden when we know that they're not. So here we go. Oh, what do you know? On All Pro, Bouye cannot press again. Jeez. Well, the devs always tell us that the ratings between the CPU and the user are balanced on All Pro. Now he's getting beat a couple of times by Edelman. Hogan's doing nothing on Ramsey. What's going on, dude? Bouye won that time. Huh, weird. But in general, Ramsey's much more consistent than Bouye. Even when we had the matchups flipped. And the only reason I can think of that makes any sense is that 90-95 threshold area, which is bizarre. Alright, let's go back to... Wait a minute. Let me see something. One controller was on all. One side was on all Madden. The other side was on all Pro that time. So both sides are on all Pro now. Jeez. Yeah, Bouye's just not as consistent in press as Ramsey is. I didn't on those reps. As soon as I get enough receivers, I'll run and shoot. But my three favorite playbooks, my three favorite team playbooks so far are Niners, Panthers, and Jets. That was inside shade. Whoops. I'm gonna shade right and left. Yeah, Bouye just does not hold up in press nearly as well as Ramsey does. I mean, Edelman's a good route runner, but even when he was matched up on Hogan, Hogan was winning his fair share of reps against him, while Ramsey was not letting Hogan get into his route at all. Solo challenges they make me want to poke my eyes out. Tight slots. They still need to work on the alignments against these tight formations better. basically the only reason why people use them is because of the alignments. Ramsey. Bouye. Wait, did Bouye just Banjo us? Did Bouye just play Banjo coverage? No, he didn't. He was on the back. I almost had an erection there for a second. No! Did the back go out? Let's see that again. What's going on, dude? Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Ladies and gentlemen, we have Banjo coverage. Here's Bouye here. He passes him off to Miles Jack, and he covers the back coming out out of the backfield. Now here's just a mismatch of epic proportions. I mean, Telvin Smith can do a lot of things. He cannot cover Julian Edelman on the corner route. Alright, let's have some fun with some hot routes now. Yep, I do. I'm actually playing some over plus now. No, let's run a wheel and motion you out. So we got tons of guys crossing, wheeling, cornering, and streaking. Over plus for pass downs. I don't like it against the run at all, even though in real life it's actually pretty darn effective if you have, you know, the beef at defensive tackle, but in this game, not quite so. You see that separation? Just all that is alignment. That separation is caused solely because of lack of proper alignment against these formations. Do that route combo again. I'm playing a little bit off. I'm playing off of them a little bit here. See, he just has instant inside position. They don't have an abundance of pass-off rules in man coverage. That's why. Like, look at this. This is just an instant win inside. The only way you would have a chance would be to move guys properly yourself. I was on the guy, but you guys get the idea. Even then it's tough because there's no pass-off logic. Because in real life, what happened here against this type of set is similar to what happened in Palms with a man coverage version. Well, what happened is that he would get passed off to the inside guy, and the outside guy would jump and cover him man-to-man. But those rules don't exist for man coverage. I mean, we're just now getting him for zone, and you see the bugs that need to be patched out of that. So what we're left with is an abundance of traffic and false steps. So really, the best way that I deal with this formation is I play a lot of cover 3 cloud and a lot of cover 3 sky with cloud flats. I mean, look at all the false movements here. And that's why competitive players like these condensed sets. You get all kinds of false releases. Let me try man 1. I just want to see how press holds up in man 1. Let's shade everybody inside, see what happens. That actually looked very good. Here's Ramsey. Here's Bouye. Shade outside, see what happens. Here, okay, now these are the kind of things that drive me insane. As far as just consistency, why is Bouye pressing better in man 1 versus man 2? Can someone please explain this to me? Look at how much better he plays that in cut than he did playing the quick slant. I mean, he's right on his hip all the way. Alright, there's a little collision here. I mean, you know, gotta have more contextual animations for those type of situations. As a matter of fact, let me put Hogan on the quick slant, see what happens. Jesus. My God. Let me shade him inside now. Whoops. Come on, reset the play. And leave everybody else alone. I'm just amazed at how much better Ramsey plays and Bouye when they're not that far separated ratings-wise. It's really strange. No, we can't. I mean, ratings-wise, they're so close, but Ramsey just plays so much better. Even when the no matter the whatchamacallit, the matchup. When they're both on Chris Hogan, Ramsey consistently plays better than Bouye on that matchup. When they're both on Edelman, Ramsey consistently plays better each time. The agility difference is not that much. Bouye is actually 2 more points more agile. Ramsey's stronger, a little bit stronger, a little bit faster. Their acceleration are the same. Bouye's a smidge slower, and his press rating is 5 points less. And he's smaller. Other than that, they're very close. And let's go back to the quick slant again. Look at how much more physical Ramsey is. And, well, he gets a little chuck there, but it's much harder for him to get into the route to begin with. And he's much closer than Ramsey, than Bouye, who gets beat almost clean off of his press and it allows more separation. Let me streak those guys to get them out of there so there's not any collisions going on. Just want to get them out of the way. Let's put them straight upfield. I mean, look at Ramsey. Hogan can't even get into his route. Oh, I'm going to do that right now. I'm going to switch them and see, and you'll see this, and we'll see what happens. Oh, come on. All right, we're going to swap the corners now and leave them, and they're going to be lined up. So now Bouyer's going to be on Hogan, and Randy's going to be on Edelman. Here's Hogan on Bouye. Now Ramsey, you saw him just mug the guy. Now Edelman's got high release, so it's not going to be as much of a stoning. But he'll still mug him. He'll still win his share. Let's, again, clear these guys out so there's no collisions. Okay, that time Bouye got in Hogan's face. Oh wow, Miles Jack. So he won 2 in a row. Let's look at Edelman, his route running and release ratings. I am. If you pay attention to the pre-snap, that's what I'm doing. Short route running 95, release 87. Whoops, come on. Oh, no problem, buddy. Didn't mean to sound feisty there. Alright, so now Bouyer's on a winning streak. He's won like 3 in a row now. How did Bouye do on that rep? Edelman is actually getting open quite a bit off on Ramsey on the slant. So just when we were slandering Bouye, he starts going on a win streak. Let's go cover 1. Yeah, I'll do cover 1 again. I mean, Edelman does have the 95 route running short, so if he does break free of the press, he's going to get separation. That is fine. I'm just mystified by how different Bouye and Ramsey play press. Alright, so he's playing better now. Yeah. When earlier it was the other way around. Alright, so let's try Edelman on a deeper route. See what happens. Let's get out of this play here. Nah. I'm just curious to see what happens on deeper routes. I don't think that route on the left's going to work, but we'll just try it for kicks and giggles. Let's give me some protection here, because that route on the left is going to take a year and a day to get going. It might. Let's move the ball in the middle of the field, see what happens, see if there's any change at all. Well, Edelman's getting inside. Let me shade it inside. Break up that time. Let me try a deeper route and see what changes. If I can get a deeper route off. Let's try a post route. We're going to stay in man one. We're going to no shading. Just going to see what happens. No, no, no. So you see, you don't see him getting a sharp cut there. He's much closer. Wow. Let's shade it now. Not the shading outside. I just want to shade inside. Excellent. So we send him deeper. What? He's all over him, which makes sense. Because Edelman's route running rating is decreased the longer the routes get. Hogan, meanwhile, he's 87 medium and 85 deep. Yeah, that's true. Let's try that. Let's try that. Go route. Inside shade. Yeah, he's stayed with him. Yeah, he's not pulling away from him. Now let's put Bouye on that, see what happens. Because Bouye is slower. Alright, no shading at all. Hogan and Edelman are now both on post routes. Give me some freaking protection. Fine, I'll max protect Jags. You're obviously sending me a message saying that I'm not going to be able to get deep on you, or have time to get deep on you. Good Lord. Okay. He's not allowing as much separation there. Oh, beautiful knockout there. Now let's inside shade them both. Yeah, they cannot change the pass rush. They absolutely cannot. This is default shading. Wow, that got through. He's right on him there. That just got that was a a lucky break. Ouch. Bouye just does not hold up as well. He just doesn't. Really weird. I mean, the difference is stark between how Bouye plays and how Ramsey does. Okay, that might have been Bouye's most physical press in the last, I don't know, half dozen reps. Good question, bump to run. If you look at my video where I was playing against the Vikings, I was inside shade pressing um, drag routes with Xavier Rhodes on Mike Thomas, and Mike Thomas couldn't get open at all. So that's possible. So any other routes I want to try? That route on the left looks interesting. Alright, I just want to see the space. That's Ramsey. He's right on him. That's Bouye on Eric Decker. It played pretty balanced, but I just want to see if I decide I want to shade something a certain way, what the results are going to be. This one I'm going to outside shade to see what happens, to see how they play it. I mean, I think we get the general idea. I just can't get the ball off. Yeah, Eric Decker seems like the kind of guy who would kind of fit the Patriots way. That wouldn't shock me at all. Damn them to hell. Alright, so Bouye is sticking with Hogan now. The deeper the route is, that's Ramsey again. He's right on him. That's not a lot of separation at all. He's already on the ground. But what's consistent is that Ramsey just plays much, much better than him. He just does. You know what, I'm getting just, that's gonna make it worse because, yep, there we go, Bouye. Stand up for yourself, buddy. Don't let us slander you here. So man press, while I wouldn't want to live in it, it's playable. You just gotta, I think what David was saying, I think these 90, 95 thresholds play a big factor as far as what you're going to get consistently. As far as consistency goes. You know what, let me get into a shotgun. Now the deep comeback is a pain in the ass. You can press it, but when the receiver reaches the top of the route, it's he breaks so sharply that it's hard to deal with. That's the outside release fade. That's a hard route to bump as well. That gets free. Reason being, false step here. Those are the two biggest man coverage impediments, is that outside release go route and the deep comeback. See, once the deep comeback gets to the top of the route, it breaks so quick that the corner can't come back and make a break. Like there, I outside shaded it. But since he's off the line of scrimmage, I can't jam him. See, outside shade helps that route. But if he gets to make that break at the top of the stem, it's a problem. I mean, basically, the receiver just can't run through him. And the reason why that fade is an issue is that it's unjammable and creates a false step. One thing I want to try though with that is this. What happens if I... Nope. Never mind. What happens if I try to manually press that? I'm curious. Okay. So this tells me that this is fixable. 'Cause I'm manually doing this. Whoops. Just throw it away. I was on Ramsey there. Yeah, that deep comeback is a pain. Right, exactly. So I will send this to Clint and tell him to get that out of the game. So anyhow, that's it. I've been on for 2.5 hours. that's long enough for now. I'm going to call it a day. I'll do some cover 2 maybe later on today. Probably not until tomorrow or so. But anyway, thanks for tuning in, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed. Talk to you all later. Peace.